Hello, I'm Mac, at least for a day, and everything's going to be okay. We finally got the 2.62 update to No Man's Sky, and I'm going to be going over the patch notes in this video. First, though, I want to say I'm sorry I was wrong about something. I have been saying that since it took Hello Games so long to finally release the 2.62 update, which was on PC Experimental, onto all the other platforms, I had said that I thought that meant we're going to get a really big update when they finally did release it. It took them about like 2 weeks to finally release this patch after they first put it up on PC Experimental. So I had been saying that since they were waiting so long to actually release it, I thought that that meant they had a new big, like maybe named update that they were about to release. But that didn't happen. We just got 2.62, which has some content as well as some bug fixes, but we did not get a big named update yet. I do think one is coming in the near future, but that didn't happen at this time. Also, before I start reading the patch notes, I just wanted to show you that iteration Hesperus is back. So I had predicted that. I had predicted that Hesperus was going to resurface right before it was time for us to talk to him for the weekly missions, and that is what happened. So one of my predictions was correct, but not the one about getting a big update yet. Alright, so without further ado, let's read the patch notes. The first thing in the patch notes is, of course, the biggest thing, the pretty much the only real content update that we're getting. It says a range of new base building parts have been added. They are based upon the decoration inside Derelict freighters. The blueprints can be acquired by searching salvage crates found inside Derelict freighters. So this is the thing I've been really excited about. I was starting to get not really sick of doing Derelict freighters, but there's starting to be less reason for me to do it since I've read a large part of the unique lore in them, and I'm starting to finish up getting all the freighter stuff in my other save that I live stream with. But now I'll have an extra reason to do Derelict freighters. I'm still going to be doing Derelict freighters every day. I do a live stream where I do one Derelict freighter each day. I'm still going to keep doing that for the rest of the month for sure, no matter what happens. But I was starting to get a little tired since there wasn't as much reason to do them anymore. But now I have the reason to do them so that I can unlock the base parts. So doing Derelict freighters gives you a chance to get a base part when you open up a crate. So that's an extra reason for me to do that. Next, it says, fixed an issue that could cause an unpassable corridor to be generated in certain Derelict freighters. So this problem is also known as the microwave of death, because often these blocked corridors would have a floating microwave in them that we believed was causing the invisible wall that blocked you. It's also possible that it was something else, because I believe I found some corridors that were blocked that didn't have a floating microwave there. So it may have just been an accidental invisible wall, and this patch note seems to imply that it was just an unpassable corridor. But now hopefully we finally won't have that problem anymore. We won't get our dungeons ruined because we can't finish them, because we can't get through the corridors. Fixed a number of issues that could cause planetary creatures to fail to spawn. I ran into this a lot. I would land on a planet, no creatures would spawn for several minutes. It was usually when I landed on the planet that they wouldn't spawn. Usually if I came there by terminus portal, like if I had a base on the planet, or if I reloaded a save, the creatures would appear right away. But flying down and landing with my ship, they didn't seem to want to spawn. They would eventually, like after many, many minutes, but they wouldn't spawn immediately like they usually do. So I'm glad they fixed this. Fixed an issue that could cause particle effects to stop playing. I didn't really run into that one. Expanded the Nexus exploration mission to also include flora and minerals. I had thought that it did, but of course I never did any of the exploration missions yet. It's a new type of mission in the Nexus. Apparently you weren't asked to scan plants and rocks, but now you are. Fixed an issue that could prevent other people's discoveries from advancing multiplayer exploration missions. So that's another problem with that type of mission, which I haven't tried yet. Fixed an issue that prevented the chef title from unlocking after impressing Cronus. Oh, okay. So yeah, Cronus, I'll show you, he's right over here. This guy, you can show him food items that you've crafted. Whoa, I do not remember this stuff being here. I think they added this stuff in. But yeah, I do not remember, yeah, you can give food items to him and he will either tell you it's horrible or he will approve of it and give you nanites. And apparently there was a new title that was added for it, but it wasn't happening. People weren't getting the title for it, so they fixed that. That's good. Reduced the priority of emergency broadcast detector and salvage opportunity hints so that they do not block other message things. So when you come into the Nexus and you can pick up a free freighter detector, as I like to call them, from this guy, usually the text would block the mission text, but I guess when there's like a really important mission that you have, it won't do that. So that's just a simple little change they made. Fixed a number of issues that could cause the anomaly detector and emergency broadcast detector, aka freighter finder, to perpetually fail to locate an object, blocking progress. I never ran into that problem. The freighter finders have always worked for me, but apparently some people had problems with it not locating a dungeon for them. Added procedural atmospheric fog effects to the interior of Derelict freighters. Ooh, now I'm really excited to check that out. So that's kind of a new thing. It's not huge gameplay tweak, but it will have some visual effects in the Derelict freighter. So that'll be pretty cool. Fog effects. Can't wait to check that out today. Fixed an issue that caused a soft light to follow the player into caves and other dark spaces. Huh. I don't know anything about that one. Fixed a number of small visual artifacts in the lighting system. Fixed a number of visual issues with the intensity of starship trails and engine glow. Interesting. Fixed an issue that caused a number of lighting issues for metallic surfaces. Oh no, don't fix that. I was really liking a lot of the metallic surfaces. Maybe some of them weren't good, but I saw a lot of buildings that had really cool metallic surfaces. I hope they didn't mess them up so they don't look as cool. But if some of them weren't right, then that's good they fixed it. So, fixed a number of issues that could occur when declining or accepting a group invite. So that's kind of a multiplayer issue. Fixed an issue that caused the hit indicator to flash incorrectly for some ship and multi-tool modes. Interesting. Fixed an issue that could cause inappropriate items to appear in the artifact crate at the heart of buried ruins. Oh, yeah, so the item ruins that you can find on planets, you can dig up keys and unlock the main chest with the keys. Apparently there's something wrong with items people were getting from them. Introduced a number of small optimizations. Fixed a crash that could occur when calculating creature navigation paths. Okay, apparently you could crash when creatures were around because their paths were messed up. Fixed an issue with abandoned space stations that prevented players from landing. Good. I definitely ran into this problem. It was mainly when, I guess it was a shorter corridor. You couldn't land on them when the corridor was shorter. and cause a crash when deploying System Authority starships. So that was a part of it. Interesting. Fixed an issue that could cause the game to crash while saving. Definitely don't want that to happen. Fixed a number of issues that could cause the game to crash during loading. Definitely don't want that. Fixed an issue that could cause the game to become unresponsive during loading. Fixed an issue that could cause very large save games to crash during load. Fixed a crash that could occur during procedural generation of a derelict freighter. Oh! I wonder if this is related to the multiplayer crash. Because I hope this helps fix multiplayer crashes. In my live stream where I do a derelict freighter every day, I am going to try having multiplayer on. I promised I would after we got another patch. I don't know if this will help with it. If I do crash again with multiplayer on while doing a derelict freighter, I'll have to not do that anymore, but I'm going to try it since this patch in case hopefully it's been fixed. This doesn't specifically say anything about multiplayer, but it does say it fixes crashes during procedural generation. So sorry, my neighbor is using his leaf blower. Yeah, so hopefully that will help with crashing in derelict freighters. So that is all of the patch notes. I'm going to show you real quick. So, like I said, Iteration Hesperus is here now. So we'll be talking to him for the weekly mission, like I predicted. But the other ones that disappeared last week are still gone. Ariadne is gone. And some people have said that they think it's a bug that the others disappeared, but I definitely don't think so, because since Mercury is gone and Tethys over here, he mentioned Mercury being gone when we talked to him last week. So Mercury, at the very least, is definitely supposed to be gone, since it was in the text of the weekly mission. And I guess Ariadne and Gemini being gone is also intentional, unless that part's a mistake. But Mercury being gone is definitely not an error. The others being gone might be, but Mercury is supposed to be gone, regardless. But Tethys is still here. I thought Tethys was also going to disappear, but I was wrong about that. Tethys is still here. So I'm going to be very interested this Friday to talk to Hesperus and find out if he's going to mention something about Gemini being gone. Gemini is his friend that stands right next to him. Because that will tell us if Gemini is supposed to be gone or not. Because Gemini and Ariadne being gone might be a bug. Mercury is definitely supposed to be gone, but we don't know about the other two. So, at the very least, hopefully we'll get a clue as to whether the others are supposed to be gone and maybe why they're gone. So, as usual, I'm looking forward to the weekly mission and seeing what's going on in the storyline. He doesn't say anything new now, of course. It's just his regular stuff. So, anyway, Hesperus is back, and we read the patch notes, and I'm really excited to see new atmospheric fog effects in derelict freighters and start getting base building parts in derelict freighters. And hopefully I'll be able to do multiplayer in derelict freighters without crashing. But that does it for this video. 2.62 is now out. I have been Mac. Thank you for joining me for a day. And remember, everything's going to be okay.